What's up, replay viewers? Hey guys, thanks for jumping in here. I'm standing outside Mocha in downtown Los Angeles. What's up, Shane? How's it going, guys? Thanks for coming in. Drummer Boss 10. We're standing outside of Mocha. This is an art piece outside of the Museum of Contemporary Art in downtown Los Angeles. So there's some sort of event going on. We're in downtown LA right now. Thank you for those hearts, guys. Thank you to those of you who are coming in right now. Appreciate it. Double tap this guy. Tap. And flip. Connection sucks. Yo! What's up, Dylan? My man, Dylan, you're on fire, man. Thanks for the share, Sharky Ruiz, Ashley, Daniel Pardina. Thanks for jumping in, guys. And thank you those of you who are tapping those hearts. If we have any first-time viewers in here, my name is Huei. I'm a musician here in Los Angeles, California. Just finished teaching for the day. I'm walking around through downtown, walking down this way, and I'm trying to find kind of a quiet zone off to the side where I can do my 5 for the 5. I know, the weather's pretty amazing right now. I am wearing a vest, so it's a little chilly for Los Angeles. I don't know if that makes you feel any better, or maybe it makes you feel angrier that I'm only wearing a vest and I'm still walking around outside. It is a little windy today, so I'm trying to find a spot. This might be a spot. If we can't find a spot, I might come back to where we are right now. We had a snowstorm, so yeah, I know, I get it. I lived in Chicago for 7 years before moving out to Los Angeles, so very familiar with the cold weather and what that's like. Damn connection. Is this connection rough, guys? Is this coming through? Can you give me some hearts or some comments? Let me know if this is broadcasting okay for you. What's up? What's up? Good choice. Down, but I'm afraid if I go down the connection will get worse. Fine for me. Good. Thank you, Shane. Appreciate that. Hello guys, thanks for joining in. So while I look for a spot, let me just explain what's going on. How many of you guys have heard of, I think there's a lag but it's not choppy. Okay, that's good. I'm in downtown Los Angeles walking through this little plaza area. Let me show you guys what I see right now. Hello. Tap tap. Double tap. Alright, so I'm walking through. This is like a little plaza area. During the summer times, on the weekends, they have shows out here, and it's like an outdoor stage area. Yeah. And downstairs under here is a bunch of shops, and coffee and food and things like that. Sometimes we'll come out here. Actually, you know what would be nice? I'll walk over here and give you guys a shot of this view over here. And I think this would be a good spot for a zone. Double tap. Back over. There we go. You can see all the skyscrapers. Downtown LA. So guys, while we're walking, hello El Paso. I grew up in Houston. Fellow Texan here. So while I find a zone, guys, let me explain what's happening. I'm going to sit down here in just a moment as soon as I find a spot that's not too windy and won't be a nuisance to anybody. Ooh, let me show you guys this shot real quick. This is like this hill that you can walk down. There used to be this ferry that would go down this way. Let me show that. Boop. There's this ferry, right, or this like little train thing. And there's stairs that you can walk down. But that takes you down over there, which is Grand Market. It's at the bottom of this hill. And maybe I should take you guys over there sometime. Food, and it's it almost seems like something from, you know, another country, because it's all outdoor stalls, a bunch of different food vendors and things like that. Ooh, super windy over here. Let me see if I can find a zone that is less windy. All right, so guys, those of you who are tapping hearts, thank you very much. If you're a first-time viewer, my name is Huei. I'm a musician here in Los Angeles, California. Make sure you swipe right, tap on my name, and hit follow so you don't get any notifications. If you're watching first time, you're like, who's this guy? Why am I watching this? But today what I'm doing is a 5 for 5 challenge, which is hashtagged Huei5 for 5. And the challenge is to practice for 5 minutes for 5 days straight and Periscope yourself. And the purpose of the challenge is to do a couple things. One, it's to build community amongst the percussion community. You can tell that, you know, we've been spending a lot of time trying to meet each other, and with technology now, there's just so many things, amazing things that can be done. And the second thing is, you know, I've been watching some Periscopes, and you see people who get on, they practice, and you know, like they'll play something for 60 seconds and then they start doing stick tricks, and then they'll play something else for 30 seconds and they do stick tricks. And the purpose of this is to get people to concentrate on one thing and really work on making that one thing better for just 5 minutes, and just, you know, focus on making one thing better. Hey man, thanks for the shout out. Can't wait to start the challenge. Absolutely, Hunter. Do it. My wife liked your screen name, by the way, Hunter the Drummer. So today, the people who have done the 5 for 5 challenge so far, I saw today were Dylan and Alexis. They've already logged their 5 for 5 for the day, which is great. And then I also saw Drummer Co. UK jump in, that drumming man. So thanks for doing that. And if you haven't started yet, you can start today. And the last day you can start is tomorrow, because the challenge is to do it for 5 days before the next lesson, which is this coming Sunday at 7 p.m. Central. So if you start tomorrow, that's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and you have until 5 p.m. I'll watch the videos, and then I'll choose someone from the people who are participating in the challenge, and then the winner will get a 30-minute free Skype lesson. And we can work on something from the 5-day challenge, or we can work on something that you need help with specifically. Okay? Those of you who are tapping right now, tap, 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 tap. I appreciate that. I usually go back afterwards and see who's participating. Ooh, look at that. I see who's participating. And if you guys want to just tap for 5 minutes while I'm practicing, I appreciate it. So what I'm going to show you guys is, while I practice, I'm going to show you what I'm looking for. I'm looking for things that I'm not doing well. Like if I just played perfect for 5 minutes, then that would defeat the purpose, right? The purpose of practicing is to find weaknesses or discrepancies in your playing, and then try to fix them and polish them out. If you haven't seen my replay from last night, I did my first 5 for 5 last night, and I kind of explained what I'm looking for and how I'm going about doing it. I'm going to try and practice with you again. Awesome, yeah. If you've got a pad 6, feel free to jump in. I think this is a good zone. Let me show you guys this shot too before we get started. First of all, there's that, right? And then I'll give you one more. God, this is awesome. And the camera really doesn't do it justice. Like you can see the sun and all the colors that are coming out right now. But yeah, downtown. I can't believe it's still daylight. I love this daylight savings thing. More sunlight. All right, who's ready to practice? Let's do this. And guys, this is gonna have to be a true 5-minute one, because get some dinner going on. So LA is so pretty. Yeah, come visit, guys. Maybe we should set up an LA meetup and let people come in. There's been some talks about having Gradebook come out and do a clinic. I'm gonna meet about here. I think Gradebook and I should set up an LA meetup for those guys. Any LA guys? What's up, LGB? LPG? Okay, Daniel Cubis, how you doing, bud? For on-the-go practice, especially if you don't want to carry a stand and some stuff. Actually, this is the first time that I've tried using this. Floppy pads. Quick tip, if you do have to practice in a situation like this, don't practice with your arms on your legs like this. If you turn your body and play over one of your knees, like so, then your hands aren't in a weird position, as unweird as you can make them. A lot of times I see guys who are playing on their bed and the pad's angled and it looks all jacked. Ideally, you're standing up on a stand, or at least sitting on a stand, and then if you have to in a pinch, like I am, you can set it up like this, and we'll come down like so. Scoot back a little bit. Try not to bring your left arm in too much like this. Okay. All right. Any requests? What do you guys think I should work on? I've got, and by the way, the point is to choose one of the 5 lessons that I've done so far. You can find all these handouts on huei-yuan.com/periscope. All these PDFs, I've done 5 lessons. There's a video. I need to post lesson 5 tonight, but there's a video and handouts available. If you guys, are you guys still with me? How much is that pad? Oh, it's a floppy pad. Oops. It's free. It comes when you buy one of the Beetle pads. All right, so the options are Periscope lesson 4, left-hand traditional. 5 is double stroke rolls. 1 is 4-2-1, which I've already done, so I can't do that. There's number 2, which is timing is everything. What is that? Drum sling. I'm doing my first part of the challenge on the screen as I'm tapping. Nice. Timing is everything. Huck-a-dick breakdown. Left-hand traditional. What do you guys think? Any requests? If not, I'm just going to choose one. Traditional huck-a-dick. So I'll do the huck-a-dick one because I think some of those guys like Dylan and Alexis will do huck-a-dick tomorrow. So I'll take this opportunity to demonstrate it. And again, you can find this handout, which are the parts that I'm going to be playing in a second. Huei-Yuan.com/periscope/lesson 3. Okay? Alright, let me get my metronome out. Check the time. Oh, perfect for it. How was everyone's day today, guys? Did you have a good day? Thanks for tapping those hearts out. I appreciate it. Go back afterwards and see who's participating. Good. Just finished teaching. Do a quick drum session. And then head home and get some fam time. It was good today. Thanks. Yeah, it was great. Good. Still at work. You? Very good. You guys are so considerate. Thank you for reciprocating and asking as well. All right, here we go. I'm just slow this down so. Let me slow it down a little bit just so that I probably would start a little faster, but for people who are trying this for the first time, I'll start a little slower. Feel free to drum with me, guys. You can drum on the phone if you don't have your pad. Next line. Really place that left hand, place this left hand diddle, or tap. No problem, catch the replay later. Place this right tap. Next line. Thanks for those hearts, guys. Appreciate it. Next variation, fill it in. What's up, Vanessa? Hunter the drummer. And guys, if you haven't swiped right yet and shared with your followers and friends on Twitters, appreciate it. Those of you who are doing it, I do appreciate it. Next one, let's see that one again. Thank you. Thanks for the share, Vanessa. Thanks, Dylan. Let's do it one more time. Thank you, appreciate it. Thanks for the shares. Add the tag. Guys, let me just share one thing real quick before I bump up the tempo here. I'm working on something that Devin showed me on Saturday, which is, if you watch the replay from last night, you'll see me talk a little bit more about this, but I'm trying to think the original like skeleton breakdown as I played the full filled-in part. So as I do this, do you put a hat or something out on the streets for tourists or something? Do you put a hat? I didn't see that last part, so I missed it. So as I'm playing this part, I'm still thinking, I'm really forcing myself to feel that check as I fill it in here. Okay, let's speed it up. So that's 80. I'm going to bump it up to 100. 100, watch out. Quick pet peeve of mine, when people switch to the right hand, they fidget with their left hand. Let me show you what I mean. When people do this, you see that? Where they re-fidget their hands. When you practice, when did you first start drumming and get your inspiration? Let me come back to that question. When you switch hands, videotape yourself or watch your friends, and make sure you don't fidget when you go back to this hand. All right, here we go. If you see me fidgeting, call me out. Leave me a comment. I'm kidding, don't call me out. My self-esteem can't handle it. It can't, just tell me. I'm not gonna fidget, by the way. Thanks for the hearts. Next pattern. Bury that met, bury it. Stroke types, clean heights. Awesome. Next variation. I have more trouble feeling this as I'm playing that variation. I'm practicing some drums. This is part of a hashtag Huei5for5 challenge where I practice for 5 minutes for 5 days straight. So if you're a first-time viewer, welcome. Thanks for jumping in. Here we go. One more. Timing. Fill it in. One more, add the tag. It's going to be one of the 5 lessons that I've done. Periscope. So Huei-Yuan.com/Periscope. Running out of time. 1:20. as you get faster, make sure you're still getting clean heights. It's downstroke. If you start doing this, and your fingers start flying off, that's not it. Make sure you still see down, tap, tap. Rhythm. Da-ka-da, da-ka-da. Let's try 4-2-1-ing it. That's fun. Next one. Four, two, one. Thanks for the share. Next one. Next. Add the tag. Off the left. Thanks for those hearts, guys. Tag. One thing that we used to do is when we drive up to camps, and I lived in Texas and I was marching Phantom and Cavaliers at the time, we would drive from Houston or Austin, where I was going to school for undergrad, all the way up to Chicago, which is like an 18-hour car ride or something crazy like that. And the rule was whoever was driving would drive 3/4 of a tank of gas. Whoever was in the front passenger seat was the DJ, and then two guys would sit in the back with their pads and practice their pad. And one thing we would do, we'd say like, okay, we're gonna play a double stroke roll for the duration of this next song. Or we'd say we're gonna play paradiddles for the next song. And the DJ would choose a song, and we'd sit there and go for the entire song. So I mean, like, how many hundreds or thousands of paradiddles would that be? Depends on the song, right? So the idea is you just want to make sure that you're building the right mechanics, but also the other pieces. Once you've got the right mechanics, you just need to log reps. Okay, let's do one more. Last one, guys. Here we go. Getting a little tight. All right, here we go. Next. Next. Add the tag. Old man hands. I feel tight. I don't know. Are you guys doing this with me? Granted, I didn't take a proper warm-up with eights and bucks and stuff before this. But my hands are feeling a little tight. This is 140. Yeah, it's a little... And one thing I should mention, guys, it's important that you take 5 minutes to get your hands properly rested up. And don't go this fast. If you can't play it this fast, go a little bit slower. Before you go down below double D, and I'll be doing this tomorrow morning. Before you go... Sorry. I think it's something about a Blue Coats exercise. I don't know double D by Blue Coats. But there, I did talk to Devin recently. We're going to bring him on for a guest lesson here soon on one of the Sunday lessons, 7 p.m. Central. So I'm sure he could demonstrate it for you guys. There's a leaf in my water. Alright. Let's do that one more time off the left. And then we'll call it a day. Next. 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 Tag. All right, that's it, folks. Plays 5 for 5, and if you have not started yet, it's not too late to jump in. Today's Tuesday. Tomorrow's kind of the cutoff. If you start tonight, then you can go Tuesday through Saturday. If you start tomorrow, then you can go Wednesday through Sunday. Okay. Those of you guys who sent some questions, and I'll catch them on the replay. Sorry if I missed some of your questions. If you haven't found me yet on Instagram, you can check out @Huei-Yuan. Also, that's my social media handle for everything. So that's Instagram, YouTube, Periscope, Twitter, all the above. And just make sure that I'm following you on Periscope and Twitter before you do the hashtag 5 for 5, just so that I get the notification. I'll jump in and watch if I can, but if I'm not available, then I will watch the replay. You're welcome, Dylan. You're awesome. You're awesome for doing the challenge. It's amazing how often... Oh, real quick, this is a Beetle floppy pad for those of you who were asking before. I just throw it in my backpack, and today I actually had my pad on a stand, but my hands were full, so I ended up not using that, and I was like, oh, I've got my Beetle pad. This is the first time I've actually tried using the floppy pad on the go. I'd say very good. Very lightweight. I once ran out of toilet paper and I had to resort to some Q-tips. I don't know if I would go with that. This may not be the best choice. Thanks for sharing, guys. Are you a Beetle ambassador? Nope, just a fan of the product. I was following their Instagram feed, and if you guys, how many of you guys follow Beetle Percussion on Instagram? You can tap some hearts out or send some comments in, but you can tell that I really enjoyed seeing the. Sorry, it's super windy right now, guys. I'm gonna go down actually, and actually it's pretty windy. Yeah, so I was looking at Bradley's stuff, and it looked really awesome. Then I went to their website and I read their story. And those of you who know that Beetle Percussion, they use recycled materials to make their practice pads and such. So I just ordered a couple takeaway travel pads. Hit my man Carl, drum tech, with one of them as a gift. There's a replay of that Periscope. It's actually Carl's first Periscope. where we go to LACMA, and I give him a beetle pad. So you should catch Carl's channel too, at Carl Drum Tech. He's on Instagram and Periscope. I say that Carl is the king of the 15-second lesson on Instagram. Lots of great tips. I was just watching one last night. What was it about? It was good. I can't remember. It's all amazing information. You and Carl should do a drum off. Yeah, that would be fun. Carl's got some chops, man. I don't know if I want to mess with that. I'm ready for that beetle marimba pad. Yeah, that looks cool. I saw like one picture of it, I think, from Heartland Marimba Festival with Matthew Coley. But I'd be curious to see what it feels like to play on. I guess it's the same rubber top. I could try it with regular mallets and see how it feels. One thing that would be a consideration for me though is my marimba is a Malatech marimba, and if you guys have played on Malatechs, you know that as you go lower, the bars get wider. Man, this cough is killing me. So this looks like, guys, after hours. You can see that it's kind of a ghost land. Bloop, 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 bloop. You guys have any questions for me as we're walking? I'm about 2 minutes out. Sorry for the wind. I realize that it's incredibly windy. I still need to get one of those. I wonder if they make those wind covers for phones. Right now, I'm just covering it with my hand. I don't know if it's working or not. What'd you get? Are there people still in the room? Is the reception still coming through? Oh man, don't spread hate. Is Jackie Chan like the only Asian person that people know? Tomorrow, can you review traditional? Because I need work on that. I can, but LPG, what I would suggest first, were you in on that lesson? Check out huei-yuan.com/periscope/lesson 4, and the video replay from that lesson is on there. So check that out first, and if that doesn't work and you still have more questions, then I can kind of help add on to that as opposed to do the lesson all over from the very beginning. Cool. Whoa. Check this out. Every once in a while, you just got to remind yourself to stop and look up. There's all sorts of cool stuff going on around you if you don't pay attention. Alright guys, this is where the signal tends to cut out sometimes because the reception's not great in this area. What are good chop out exercises? Well, any exercise can be a chop out exercise, right? It's just about pushing your threshold for how fast you can do it while still maintaining quality and control. It's super windy over there, so before I end this. So, thank you. So, when you're, let's say take 8s for example. If you're playing 8s, and let's say you can go 160, 170, 180, and then your fingers start getting weird, or your wrist isn't doing what it's supposed to be doing, you know, let's say 170 is your max, and then 180 it starts to get rough. Go a little bit past your threshold. And the goal is that you want to start expanding your threshold so it goes higher and higher and higher. And eventually you'll be able to play the exercise, but at a faster tempo, right? The other way, so there's tempo that you can push. There's also duration chop out. So let's say you're playing 8 and 25. You could also play 8 and forever. And so, you know, I was talking about how we would choose one exercise and play it. I'm afraid this is cut out. Are you guys still in the room? Are people in the room still? Yeah, there you go. Okay, one more time. Do you ever have moments when you're just like, man, I sound awesome in a humble way, though? No, not really. Okay, thanks, guys. Sorry, sometimes I start talking and I guess people are listening. They forget to, I mean, like, if you tap hearts, the reception thing is the thing I'm always worried about. So if you tap hearts when I'm talking, that way I'll know that I'm not just talking to myself on the phone here. Thanks. What I was saying was you can push the tempo that you're playing to build your chops, but there's also duration. So now I was saying that we used to choose an exercise and play it for the duration of a song. So you can say, I'm going to play 8 and 25. You go, 8 beats, right? And then roll. For the first 25, you'll be okay. And then all of a sudden, your arms will start freaking out and your hands will freak out and you'll be like, oh my God. They start burning. And then you keep going. Push through that phrase. Keep playing. Your arms feel like they're going to fall off. And then you get to a point where your arms and your hands kind of go numb. Still keep turning your wrists. Roll. And you're stroking it out. And then the key is just to remember to breathe and stay relaxed as long as you can. And you just do that, and that's how you start to build chops. Maybe we should do a lesson on that too. So you can push the duration, you can push the speed. Yeah, good question. Anything else? Alright guys, well I'm making it back. I want to say thanks for jumping in on this, I always say quick scope. This was not a quick scope at all, this is a long one. But if you haven't started the Huei 5 for 5 challenge, you can find all the handouts on huei-yuan.com/periscope. What are good signs to take a break from drumming? You know, really, if you're playing correctly, there's no limit on how long you can play. The thing that differentiates us from brass players and woodwind players is our hands tend to feel better as you play. If your hands are hurting, that's usually a sign that you're doing something wrong mechanically. Maybe you're squeezing the stick too tight, or you're not letting the stick rebound naturally. And if your hands are absorbing all that shock and everything, then your hands are going to start to hurt after a while. So if you want, you can send me a video. I'll check it out for you. But really, your hands should feel better as you play. Also, one thing that happened to me when I was doing my masters was when I was practicing snare drum, one of my shoulders was raised a little bit, and I didn't figure this out. Thank you. I didn't figure that out until I videotaped myself, and I realized that one of my shoulders was like this. So I had to actually make a conscious effort to change my posture as I was playing. So if you don't videotape yourself as you're playing, that might be a way of catching your bad habits to help you. Or take some lessons. Your teacher, I mean, that's what a private lesson teacher does, right? They're your coach to help you. Alright guys, I gotta get going. I want to say thanks for jumping in on the scope. If you haven't started yet, Huei 5 for 5, you can jump in for that. And I'll see you guys later. Let me know if you have any questions. Find me on Instagram. Okay, I'll see you guys later. Bye, have a good night.